It's Annabelle from the Free Ends, and it's Motherhood Monday, and I am going to talk about my journey to becoming a mum via pregnancy. Oh, it's been almost 6 weeks since I have entered that women's refuge several boroughs away from my residential address, and it has been awful, completely awful. Being in a house of a stranger when I only speak English. Being in a women's refuge with strangers when I only speak English. So now I'm determined to make sure that when I make steps on this journey, when I choose a path to becoming a mum, that I never end up in a situation like that I end up in a refuge with strangers who speak other languages. I don't want my child around that. On this journey to becoming a mum, I'm aware that not every foreign national you see is here for peace and harmony. It feels like some foreign nationals and some British nationals are here to cause harm. Terrorists on a mission. Vigilantes on a mission. All these things that I've got to think about whilst on this journey to becoming a mum in London. That is why I made a decision to just focus on my health, fitness, diet and nutrition in London on this journey. Getting my body fit, keeping myself healthy, maintaining my diet, and making sure I have all the supplements for my nutrition, because I'm on a low income on universal credit and I'm unemployed, and I don't have the money to pay for the right schools and the right hospital. And my GoFundMe campaigns are not meeting much success at the moment. So yeah. I'm becoming more aware of things being in this refuge, and unless I have the funds to pay for the right hospital and pay for the right school, maybe getting pregnant and being a mum in London might not be the best decision for me to make, especially whilst I'm in poor mental health and I have not been diagnosed with anything. And if I was to get diagnosed with something, my women's and human civilian rights might be violated. I do feel compromised in the refuge. I don't feel like I'm being myself. I don't think I feel free, because shelter and warmth is at risk. So I feel compromised. And I still haven't heard back from the CEO of Refuge. And the paranoia does heighten when you are sharing with strangers who speak other languages, especially with terror attacks, and becoming more aware of things since 9 months in Africa. Yeah, I do feel like if I become a mum, I want to pay for my security and that isolation. I do want to do that. That is what I want to do. So I'm procrastinating when it comes to my health and fitness. I'm procrastinating at reaching out to the NHS with regards to mental health. I'm procrastinating with regards to getting a decent pair of trainers and starting some fitness. I'm procrastinating when it comes to downloading the app that I need to maintain my fitness during a lockdown. And my diet is ridiculous right now. I'm drinking a lot more alcohol. I'm eating a lot more junk. I'm just not restricting my diet enough to keep my female reproductive organs healthy for a pregnancy. So many things are just being put by the wayside on this path to motherhood. Shall I say getting pregnant and becoming a mum. I guess on Friday, when I found that perfect place to sit with my laptop, there were more things that I should have got done that I didn't get done. And I'm going to have to get this done, because the reality is my shelter and warmth in my family home was attacked, and it led me to a women's refuge where I feel compromised. And paranoia is heightened because I'm not communicating effectively with the other women that I share the refuge with. And right now I feel like I need to focus and set a plan of how I'm going to make sure that should I get pregnant and be a mum in London, that child should never ever experience sharing a women's refuge and having to share what they believe is their home with strangers, such as other children. Because me, without dependents and not being pregnant, how I feel sharing with strangers, especially when they speak other languages. And common decency. Struggling to attain common decency. And it has made me take action in a manner that I never would have done before calling the police. I believe I'm probably still in the women's refuge because the police disregarded my safety again, or shall I call it the safer neighbourhood teams. I believe they're community support officers. I don't believe that's the police. When it comes to collecting the remainder of my belongings to add it to my secured belongings. I'm fighting right now. I am fighting as a single woman of African descent, over 35, with no dependents, speaker and only understanding English. So I'm fighting. And I feel like I'm fighting alone right now. I feel like I'm fighting the NHS. I feel like I'm fighting the police. I feel like I'm fighting with the stranger that I share the contained apartment within the women's refuge. I feel like I'm fighting with the support worker. I feel like I am fighting with the whole world right now just to get my rights and what I'm entitled to. I feel like I'm also fighting with Enfield Council. And I feel like I'm fighting because I'm becoming aware of how I've been let down. And that is keeping me in poor mental health. So what I would like is a sedative, a mild sedative on the NHS from a doctor, that I can get a prescription into a pharmacy. I need a mild sedative. I do believe I need it to cope with the effects of this fight. So yes, for me to stay fit and healthy, I need a exercise mat and I need a decent pair of trainers. for me to stay mentally healthy and all the other things regards to health, I need to be in my own accommodation, whether that be council housing or whether that be private renting. Luckily, supplementing my nutrition with vitamins has been easy to do. And I need a supermarket routine. To keep my diet, I need a supermarket routine in a well-stocked supermarket. So I guess what you're going to be seeing in the story maybe is why I believe this is happening. I think that's what I'm going to do for motherhood story on Instagram right now. Why I believe these things.